take this opportunity to welcome you all to the 2015 White Bear Lake Area High School Commencement Program. We especially welcome and honor the students who are before us today. Seniors, during the national anthem, proper etiquette is for ladies to keep mortarboards on, while gentlemen should remove their hats. Good evening. I am Tim Wald, principal at White Bear Lake Area High School's South Campus, and along with my colleague Don Bosch, principal at the North Campus, we're delighted to have you join us tonight for this very special occasion. We consider our graduates to be scholarly citizens, and so it is appropriate that we begin this ceremony by honoring the flag. Please stand as our choir will perform the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, under the direction of Marie Dimmitt.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes
That's it. It is my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Michael Lovett.
Welcome, graduates. Long ago, in this place, in preparation for your first day of kindergarten, you laid out treasures you'd collected and carefully put them in your backpack. According to the list from your elementary school, these treasures included a new pencil box, pencils, crayons, colored markers, facial tissues, glue stick, scissors, the safe kind, watercolor paints, glitter glue, and something that puzzled you greatly because you had been told you were going to school, baby wipes. Your backpack still had room, so you added stuffed animals, some of you a postcard from your grandparents, and as a final touch, I understand that some of you added some of your favorites from your rock collection. It was perfect until you discovered you actually couldn't lift your backpack. But in elementary school, you found friends, loved your teachers, learned reading, writing, singing, math. You remember running under the parachute in Phi Ed. You checked out books from the library, and you loved being together in lunch and never-ending recess. By the last day of 5th grade, your backpack was overflowing with memories, unfinished assignments, notes from teachers, from friends, your prized ribbons from track and field day, and the remains of unfinished snacks. But for some of you who lived in the path of the Hugo tornado, even the backpack was missing. Your teachers remember one of you giving a pair of her shoes to another of you here tonight so that she could go on the field trip the last week of school. We admired the way you supported one another. Middle school started with a bigger backpack and a longer list of school supplies, which included notebooks, folders, 3-hole punched pencil pouch, try saying that 10 times quickly, number 2 pencils, remember no mechanical pencils, colored pencils, highlighter, ruler, on and on. But here's what was important. You knew you'd made it to the big time because nothing on the list about baby wipes. Indeed, you arrived at Central and Sunrise Park hunched over, looking prepared for a 3-year-long wilderness expedition. I remember you being shy and a little scared, because that's when I came too. But until you found friends and you realized your teachers were pretty cool, and they understood what it was like to be new and in 6th grade. I remember that you carried your books because your locker was a half-mile from your classes and you were worried about being late. In fact, that first week of school, I met one of you when your books came crashing down in front of the office. I helped you pick them up, and we both had a new friend. That student is here tonight, the first in your family to graduate and go on to college. During middle school, you gradually became less awkward and more confident. You had the courage to try things that were new, even though success was not guaranteed. Do you remember the mile run at Central or at Sunrise? I remember one day running with you, and halfway through, one of you struggled, wanted to give up, but you kept going and finished. And I watched you as you went into high school, became an outstanding athlete, and helped teammates and younger athletes face and overcome adversity. It was in middle school that you really learned to take risks, not to fear failure. On the last day of middle school, when I visited with you over the lunch table, you remember your teachers were sad to see you leave. One teacher, proudly here tonight, told you the class of 2015 would be the best yet. Before your 9th grade year, you attended the North Campus orientation. This time you left your backpack at home. What you really needed along was a parent. Rather, you needed a parent with a checkbook because what was really important was that you wanted to sign up for driver's training. At the end of your time in North, you grieved the loss of a classmate, one of those chairs here tonight adorned with flowers. Again, we grieved with you and admired the way you supported one another. When you showed up at South Campus, you had a half-empty backpack. By now, you expected your cell phone to do the heavy lifting. But we were especially impressed by your attitude during your junior year. You never once complained, despite the fact that I called off school 5 times for snow days. That was for you, you know. Class of 2015, you have led our schools in community service, been impressive in academics, thrilled us with your musical performances, award-winning musicals, won national awards in art, inspired us with your athletic performances and with your sportsmanship. And you've been impressive in mentoring and encouraging younger students. You have been remarkable role models for the classes to follow. But what of your future? What will you carry in your backpack on the next stage of your journey? Think of it this way. Tonight, as you listen to your classmates, consider what memories, values, and lessons you will carry with you from these school days. And tonight, as you walk to the stage, banish your worry about tripping and look around, all those here gathered, and be grateful for those who have helped you get this far. And after the ceremony and the celebrations, live your life to honor those who have given their time, talent, resources, and yes, love to see you on your way. Congratulations, class of 2015. Go Bears.
One of the hallmarks of our commencement ceremony is that our students are key speakers. Through an audition process, 4 students were selected to speak at tonight's ceremony. Our welcome this evening is by 2 students, Trey Anderson and Connor Bosch. Both have made a positive impact on their classmates and school. Both have demonstrated a commitment to service and leadership. Both are honor graduates and multi-sport athletes and team captains. Trey is the son of Trent and Beth Anderson. He attended Lincoln Elementary and Central Middle School, and he will be headed off to Bethel University in the fall to study business. Connor is the son of Carrie and Don Bosch. He attended Oneika Elementary and Central Middle School, and he's headed to the University of Wisconsin to study biomedical engineering. Please welcome Trey Anderson and Connor Bosch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble. Well, we were asked to start this graduation ceremony off with a bang, and that was just about the most exciting thing we could come up with.
Because of the tremendous pressure that comes along with this speaking role, we've decided to split this greeting between the 2 of us. That way, if something goes wrong, we'll each have a shoulder to cry on.
So without further ado, we want to welcome you to commencement for White Bear Lake's class of 2015.
Now, I know what you're thinking. These events have a reputation for being long and drawn out. Sadly for you, you've landed yourself in the 9th largest graduation in the state.
But our goal is to make tonight as painless and enjoyable as possible by trying to set the tone for the rest of the speakers by making this segment as short and sweet as we can.
Allowing you to spend less time in this 1960s hockey arena and more time celebrating this special day in a more comfortable arrangement.
After all, this is Hill Murray's home turf.
Well, Trey, you know what they say. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Right you are, but we better savor this moment. It's not too often that you get a room full of this many stellar young adults.
It's also pretty rare to grow up in a community as special as the one we've grown up in. Throughout our time here, fellow White Bear Lakers have taken it upon themselves to make a positive impact in our lives. Many of our parents have been essential in our personal growth and success. They've picked us up from countless school events, helped with homework, and provided meals for us after rough days at school. They've held us accountable to giving our all and reminded us that we could accomplish incredible feats if we pushed ourselves to the limits.
We've been encouraged to live life the right way by not only our parents and members of the community, but countless school employees as well. Teachers have inspired us with knowledge and offered valuable advice from their own life experiences to enrich ours. They have sacrificed their own personal time to help us reach our goals by coming in on weekends to help us study for AP tests, cheering us on from the sidelines at our games, and sharing our passions through clubs, groups, and other extracurriculars. It's clear that our teachers share something in common, a passion for the students they serve that extends past the classroom and the gradebook. Without them, none of us would be here.
Additionally, we'd like to thank all the staff members in District 624 and all the people behind the scenes who keep our schools polished and running smoothly. You've kept our buildings cleaned and stocked and allowed us to strive for excellence, no matter the path we took.
Thank you to the school board, who's made this district the best one on earth, the bus drivers who started our days off right, and the administrators who kept tabs on everything. You provided guidance and advice when we needed it the most. And even if it didn't seem like we were listening to you at the time, I promise you, we were.
Well, Trey, if we're throwing out cliches, I guess I could add one to the mix. You are the future, class of 2015. Even if polar bears may go extinct in a few years, our future is anything but bleak.
It's quite an accomplishment for all of us to be here, students, staff, and parents alike. So let's make tonight a celebration. Buckle up and get ready for the ride of our lives. Tonight will be a night to remember. Go Bears.
Since the first graduate crossed our stage in 1896, White Bear Lake Area High School has a strong tradition of excellence, and this tradition continues with the class of 2015. As leaders in our school, the class of 2015 has demonstrated excellence in the classroom, in the community, and beyond. This type of success doesn't happen by accident. One of the enduring strengths of our schools and a central reason for its success has been the high quality and outstanding commitment of our faculty and staff. At this time, I ask the teachers who are seated on either side of the graduates to please stand and be acknowledged. Sitting with our teachers tonight is Ms. Donna Peterson, a special education teacher at North Campus. An innovative educator, Ms. Peterson taught her students by modeling integrity and lifelong learning every single day for the 34 years she has taught in the White Bear Lake schools. Donna, thank you for your service to generations of students and families in the White Bear Lake area schools. Please stand and be recognized. We are fortunate to have a school board that provides important policy leadership and strong commitment to quality schools. At this time, I'd like to introduce each member of the school board, asking them to stand and remain standing until all have been introduced. Please hold your applause until then. Our chairperson, Janet Newberg. George Kimball, vice chair. Chris Heinecker, treasurer. Lori Swanson, clerk. Kim Chapman, board member. Don Mullen, board member. And Kathy Story, board member. Next, I would like to introduce our other platform guests. Again, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. North Campus Principal, Don Bosch, and Principal of the Area Learning Center, Gretchen Harriman. Associate Principals from North Campus, Dion Harriman and Angela Nelson. Associate Principal from the South Campus, Brian Leonard. Our activities director, Tim Herman. The associate principal for the senior class, Christina Pierre, cannot be with us tonight as she is celebrating her son's graduation at another location. Director of Communications and Community Relations, Marissa Vetti, is not on stage, but she's working. Director of Special Services, Kathleen Daniels. Director of Community Services, Christine Wehrkamp. Director of Technology Services, Mark Garrison. Director of Finance and Operations, Dr. Wayne Kazmerchek. Assistant Superintendent, Sarah Paul. And finally, our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Michael Lovett. Thank you. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce the chairperson of our school board. Our chairperson is highly regarded for her outstanding service and commitment to our schools and our community. She has served the White Bear Lake area as a member of its Board of Education for 9 years, and she's committed to provide quality learning experiences for all students. She is also a proud alumna of White Bear Lake High School. It is my pleasure to introduce Janet Newberg, our school board chair.
Well, congratulations, class of 2015. The entire school board and I wish you success and happiness as you begin this next chapter in your lives. The remarkable teachers and staff in the White Bear Lake area schools are a large part of why all of you are here tonight. However, we don't want to take all of the credit for your success. Equally important to your successes in life are all of the people in the stands here tonight. Your parents, your grandparents, family members, and dear friends who have given birth to you, fed you, taught you, and supported you in so many ways. And we can't forget the many, many people in the community who have been part of your lives these past 18 years, including clergy in your churches, mosques, synagogues, and other places of worship, the local businessmen and women who have given you jobs and taught you what it means to be part of a greater community, and the nonprofits like the YMCA and the White Bear Center for the Arts that gave you such important enrichment opportunities. According to the old African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child, and everyone that is the village of White Bear Lake has done their part to bring you here tonight. But our job isn't done yet. You will leave Aldrich Arena tonight for a bright and exciting future. Many of you will go on to colleges and universities. Others will pursue a skilled trade. Some of you will enter the workforce. Some will serve in our nation's military. Many of you will find a life partner and become parents. But no matter how far away you go or where your path leads you, the village that is White Bear Lake will be here supporting you and cheering you on. You are Bears forever. So go out there and get them, class of 2015. Just remember, when you need a little encouragement, support, or advice, we're here. We'll leave the light on for you. Go Bears.
During the final weeks of high school, seniors often find themselves considering a host of memories that come with reflecting upon 13 years of school. Our next speaker to reflect on those common experiences is Stephanie Crispin. Stephanie served as our student representative to the school board and was a member of the Superintendent's Student Advisory Committee. She was recently named a Gates Millennium Scholar. She is the daughter of Alfredo Crispin and Rosa Ballesteros. Stephanie attended Lake Ayres Elementary and Sunrise Park Middle School and is headed to St. Thomas, where she will study law. Please welcome Stephanie Crispin.
The class of 2015. How long have we been associated with this term? Ever since kindergarten, we have been labeled as the class of 2015. For us, this seems like ages away, yet here we are. Can you believe that the current kindergartners are the new class of 2027? For them, 2027 must also seem like ages away. But from our experience, we know that their time in school will go by fast. Receiving our school picture collection and letter we wrote freshman year makes us realize how time has flown by. It seems just like yesterday we were taking our kindergarten school picture. Smile, the photographer would say. We would hear this 12 more times, and each time we smiled and nervously awaited our school picture since it would be in the yearbook and on our student ID. It was a big deal. During elementary school, our pictures showed us how neatly groomed and dressed we were, all thanks to our parents. Although we probably wanted to wear our pajamas or Halloween costumes, we're not glad that we didn't. Back then, senior year was nowhere on our minds as we anxiously awaited our turn in the incredibly long line. We didn't want to be standing in line when we could be playing outside for recess. Remember recess? Oh boy, those were the days. I am positive we were all involved in the creation of a petition in middle school so we could still have recess. For us, it was our favorite part of the day because we were free. We were allowed to play our Nintendo DS, show off our webkins, and talk about the latest SpongeBob episode without getting interrupted. During this time, some of us were also able to use our Heelys without getting yelled at from the end of the hallway. Nevertheless, when we realized recess wasn't coming back, we became satisfied knowing that we at least still had lunch. Remember sitting at lunch and not wanting it to end since we were all showing and trading our silly bands? We all fell in love with these bands and became obsessed with collecting them. Although we loved them, I'm sure our parents were just waiting to see when that fad would end so they would no longer have to unclog the vacuum. Seeing our middle school pictures is very interesting. Although those were a couple of rough years. We all really experimented not only with our outfits, but with our hair as well. Somehow, neon colors and leopard print made its way back into our lives. And let's not forget all the Aeropostale t-shirts we wore. I'm sure we had them in every color. Now, as for our hairstyles, we were all over the place. Some of us had mohawks, half our heads shaved, some started teasing their hair. And let's not forget about the Justin Bieber hair many guys began to wear even though they hated Justin Bieber. Now, can we talk about the letter we wrote freshman year during advisory? I don't know about yours, but my letter consisted of me describing what I was wearing and about how lost and dizzy I felt the first couple of weeks at North Campus. I'm sure many of you wrote about how disappointed you were when you realized that high school was nothing like High School Musical. There was no singing and dancing in the hallways or even during lunch, or at least most of the time. We were all misled, and I know some of us were probably coming into school early, ready to start a flash mob. Although we were disappointed at first, we were able to realize that high school was nothing like anyone had described. High school is different for every graduating class, and we were able to make ours the best. We will always cherish the wonderful memories we have made along the way. Although not everything has been easy, we have been able to stick together through the difficult times. Through our journey, we have lost loved classmates, but we have kept their memories alive and their family in our prayers. We've all found our time tied up in one way or another. Family commitments, after-school jobs, or just too much homework. From sports in the fall and spring to after-school activities, our schedules became very busy. Nevertheless, we always made time to relax and made room for some fun. I think I speak for the majority of us when I say that homecoming week and the football games will be missed dearly. Dressing up in orange, black, and white, and cheering from the stands in the football field under the shiny bright lights are moments we will always remember. No matter how we found our time occupied, we've all persevered and are now ready to graduate. Today of all days, we are reflecting back on our time spent here and realizing what a difference 12 years can make. For many of us, the White Bear Lake School District has always been our home. And for new students and families, White Bear Lake has quickly become their home as well. Reflecting back as the graduating class of 2015, there have been a lot of ups and downs that we have all gone through. Nevertheless, we have managed to not let the struggles define us, but build us up. And now here we stand. Our reign is over, and it's up to the next class to step into our shoes and take the lead. Congratulations, my fellow graduates of the class of 2015. Wherever we go and whatever we do, may we remember what Eleanor Roosevelt once said: "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Thank you.
Our next speaker, who will point us toward the future, is Kaylee Rollinger. Kaylee was the vice president of our National Honor Society. She played volleyball. She was in chemistry club and was a volunteer coach in the Writing Center. She's the daughter of Jana and Pat Rollinger. Kaylee attended Vadnais Elementary and Sunrise Park Middle School and is headed to Marquette University to study public relations. Please welcome Kaylee Rollinger.
Thanks, Mr. Wald. You know, looking out into this audience, I can tell that some of you guys are kind of cheating because you're already looking towards the future. And by that I mean the end of the ceremony, the immediate future. Now, I know that it's a long one, and I'd just like to thank you all for coming out tonight to support us on the final step of our White Bear Lake journey, graduation. The night where one legacy comes to an end and another one begins, and that's our own. Tonight marks the beginning of our journey, the first step on our own path. It kind of feels like we're leaving for a road trip, and our education here at White Bear was how we packed our bags. Now the bags are in the trunk, and our family, friends, and parents are all here, standing around the car and waving to send us off on our journey. The only problem? We might not have that journey figured out just yet. Sure, we have an idea of how we're going to start, but there's no telling what our final destination might be. We may think we have everything mapped out, our courses set and charted, but we can never really be sure what the future holds. We can plan for it, save for it, and prepare for it as best we can, but the future will never lose that inherent haze of uncertainty. And while that can make it seem daunting and even a little scary, that uncertainty is also what makes it such an adventure. We might start our journey headed for California and finish it in New York, and that's okay. Whether or not you know your full plan, you can never let a little uncertainty slow you down. The next steps after high school shouldn't terrify you, they should excite you. The next years of our lives should be the greatest ones that we've ever had. And sure, now is the time to plan for our future, but we also need to remember to enjoy the present. We're young, and we have so much of our lives ahead of us. It's a waste of the time we have now to spend it all worrying about the future. Now is the time for us to be in the moment, to live every day to its fullest. Take life one day at a time. Don't focus on where you'll be in 10 years. Focus on where you were yesterday and see if you've improved since then. That is the best way to prepare for the future. On the journey you're about to make, look at the road around you, not on the far-off destination. The parts of life worth seeing aren't at the end of your road, they're off to the side. The tourist traps, rest stops, historic little towns, those are what hold the adventure. And if you're too focused on the destination in front of you to even look out the window and take your eyes off the road, you're gonna miss out on some of the best parts of the trip. Take time to look out the window, to pull over to the side of the road. The most exciting adventure of your life is beginning right at this moment, and you're in charge of the first steps. So start with the right ones. Take a few wrong ones along the way. Get sidetracked, but not too much. Figure out where you want to go, and remember that it's okay if you haven't decided yet. Let the future fascinate you, even more than it already does. But most importantly, keep your eyes and mind as open as you can. There are so many things in this world that we can rush right by. So many, blink and you'll miss it. Try not to miss them. Don't become so obsessed with the perfect destination and the right way to get there that you miss out along the way. And don't worry if you stray a few steps from what you thought was your master plan. You can write a new one. Because in the end, we don't look back on the hours we spent doing homework or on the nights we got plenty of sleep. We won't remember day after mundane day of sticking to the path and keeping our eyes and feet trained on the road ahead of us. We'll look back and see the adventures that we took, the side trips and excursions, and the people that we made them with. We'll reminisce on things that were never a part of our perfect plan, the places that were never on the original map. And usually, it's these experiences, these friendships, and these memories that shape our journey and eventually shape our path. These are the things that should help you chart your course. Choose to follow your passions, not an instruction manual. Allow yourself to make your own journey and design your own path. Because looking towards the future should never mean staring straight ahead, with our eyes burning into our final destination and feet plodding along in a straight line. Looking towards the future should mean that we can't wait until we get to look back, not only on the journey we chose for ourselves, but on the successes, friends, and memories that found us along the way. So thank you, class of 2015, for this incredible journey that we've all made together. And as for your future, have a great trip. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylee. At this time, North Campus Principal Don Bosch will present the 2015 Bear Awards.
Thank you, Tim. The Bear Awards are the highest honors presented to each graduating class. 3 Bear Awards are presented to students who demonstrate excellence in one of 3 areas: service, leadership, and academics. These students also exemplify our White Bear Lake Community Core values of respect, responsibility, service, compassion, and integrity. Each student will receive a $500 scholarship. It is now my privilege to present the Bear Awards. This year's Bear Service Award recipient has an impressive list of involvement in service activities in both our school and community. This award winner is described by others as a true servant leader, focused on ensuring the success of others and constantly willing to sacrifice to benefit the greater good. Throughout high school years, this recipient has been drawn to opportunities for service, including volunteering at many school-sponsored events through National Honor Society, Student Council, and ambassadors. In the community, he has volunteered his time to Boy Scouts and received their highest rank, Eagle Scout. Outside of school, he volunteers at the front desk at St. John's Hospital every week and also plays piano for the senior residents at the Ramsey County Care Center. He has also been an active volunteer naturalist and monarch monitor at Tamarack Nature Center. We estimate that he has completed over 1,500 hours of service during his high school years alone. In addition to outstanding service, he has been a top academic student, earning his place on the A Honor Roll all 4 years. Next year, he will be attending the University of California, Berkeley, where he will study a math or science-related field. Our Bear Award for Service recipient is Tapan Josti. When asked by staff members to describe this year's recipient of the Leadership Bear Award, one word kept coming up time and time again: courageous. Our recipient is respected by peers and adults in our school and community for strength of character, fearless leadership, and commitment to making our community a better place. As one staff member says of our recipient, while many students at this age are self-conscious about stepping into a leadership role, she's not. She's confident and not afraid to put herself on the line if she needs to. She's fearless. As a speech team captain, executive board member of Student Council, Link crew member, and MC for North Idle and Homecoming Pep Fest, she's always been the first one to step in and demonstrate her courageous leadership. Next fall, she will be attending the University of Minnesota Twin Cities to study journalism and acting. Our Bear Award for Leadership recipient is Julia Hamburger. Our Bear Scholarship for Academics Award recipient has been described as a disciplined goal setter, positive role model, and a diligent and motivated student. In addition to taking 12 college credit courses, this recipient was honored by the College Board as an AP Scholar, received commendation from the National Merit Scholarship Program, earned 4 academic letters, 4 Principals Awards, 4 President's Awards, and maybe most impressively, earned perfect attendance awards for all 4 years of high school. This student earned straight A's in our most challenging courses in science, math, social studies, and language arts, finishing with a weighted grade point average of 4.47. One might think a student of this caliber does nothing but study, but this recipient is another story entirely. He was involved in a host of extra and co-curricular activities, including cross-country and Nordic skiing, serving as captain of both. He was also involved in track, National Honor Society, Bible Club, and volunteered in our Writing Center as a peer coach. He has devoted an impressive amount of time to service to both our school and community through Boy Scouts and his church. Like Tapan, he's also earned the impressive rank of Eagle Scout for his exceptional skills, service, and leadership. In the fall, he will be attending the Honors College at South Dakota State University, where he plans to study mechanical engineering. The recipient of our Bear Award for Academic Excellence is Peter Solberg. Now the White Bear Lake Area High School Band, under the direction of Shannon Anderson, and the White Bear Lake Choir, under the direction of Marie Dimmitt, will perform America the Beautiful.
class of 2015 has made a positive impact on their school and our community. Their strong leadership, their support for each other, and their commitment to excellence have earned them the respect of all of us who have had the privilege of working with them. In their scholastic achievement, their athletic success, community service, and exceptional performance in co-curricular activities, they have met the challenge set by previous classes and maintained a very high level for future classes to follow. As educators, we feel fortunate to have had the pleasure to work with these fine students. Their contributions culminated earlier this week when many of you rose early on your first day off to come to school and provide service to the community that has supported you so much. There's a special pride here that is not found just anywhere. For those of you fortunate enough to live in the communities that make up our White Bear Nation, you know this pride, this sense of tradition, and exactly what it means to be a bear. As the class of 2015 has contributed to this richness, we extend you our gratitude and our heartfelt congratulations. At this time, I ask our school board members to stand, and our superintendent of schools, Dr. Michael Lovett, and our school board chair, Janet Newberg, to come forward for the presentation of the class of 2015.
It is time for the presentation of the class of 2015. It is my honor to affirm that the students assembled here this evening have met the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the state of Minnesota and the School Board of Independent School District 624. It is my distinct pleasure to present the graduating class of White Bear Lake Area High School for 2015. Class of 2015, please rise.
On behalf of the District 624 School Board and the entire community, I accept the presentation of the class of 2015 and declare them eligible to come forward to receive their diplomas as evidence of having completed the requirements set by the school board.
Okay. Class of 2015, please be seated as the first two rows come forward to receive their diplomas.
Selena Christine Acevedo.
Andrew Honey Roberts.
Austin Michael Adams.
Estefany Salud Crispin.
Jason Kenneth Albertson.
Harrison James Hoffman.
Daniel William Allen.
Michaela Renee Ciro Abrego.
Jenna Marie Amy.
Maria Fujiko Adair.
Brian Keith Anderson.
Emily June Affolter.
Kaylee Jolene Anderson.
Austin James Allman.
Corey S. Andrus.
Brady Kenneth Anderson.
Andy Andrus.
Jans David Anderson.
Jonathan Brian Artko.
Dylan Anglianata.
Matthew Ryan Oje.
Dylan John Apfel.
Casey Marie Bonneman.
Emmanuel Pacunian Azobo.
Kaylee Marie Rollinger.
Trey Earl Anderson.
Connor Joseph Bosch.
Jordan Alexander Baker.
Kayla Patrice Baker.
Justin Robert Baker.
Alyssa Allison Bangert.
Abby Marie Ballas.
Logan Tyler Barbeau.
Kira Barladini.
Michael James Barrett.
Gabriel Allen Barrett.
Alexander Robert Barton.
Anna Alicia Ali Barth.
Andrew William Bosco.
Frank Joseph Oscar Barton.
Mallory Jordan Beckman.
Charles Matthew Bass.
Samantha Ellen Bergeron.
Nicholas Oliver Beck.
Kelsey Joy Burwald.
Alexandra Ellen Bergeson.
Charles Allen Bill.
Jared Keene Vernon.
Jeffrey Robert Blum Jr.
Nicole Christine Beerworth.
Matthew Thomas Blumke.
Zachary Robert Blakely.
Grant Thomas Boldwin.
Kyle James Bloomquist.
Ray Claire Irene Broughton.
Ellie Bolt.
Raina Bravo.
Justin Mark Bachland.
Matthew Edward Brennan.
John Michael Bowman.
Travis John Brish.
Kevin Louise Bradbury.
Kelsey Julia Brunner.
Christopher Brault.
Morgan Lee Bundy.
Mason James Brinkworth.
Samuel Lee Burnham.
Caitlin Mackenzie Broberg.
Kaylee Jane Kane.
Corbin Nathaniel Bowie.
Benjamin Sutherland Cameron.
Brandon Michael Burchard.
Andrew Christopher Carlson.
Holly Ann Callan.
Alexander Blaine Carney.
Mariah Ann Campbell.
Tristan Chan.
Keaton Douglas Carlson.
Jack D. Chihaski.
Elizabeth Castro Torres.
Leah Rose Chenard.
Machua Chang.
Nicole Christine Cernia.
Evan N. Chaplin.
Lauren Elizabeth Klein.
Benjamin Thomas Childs.
Darla Joe Conlon.
Kyle Stephen Sitch.
Graham Taylor Corner.
Kyle Dennis Sorelli.
Josue Cotto.
Clarissa Marie Cochran.
Brandon M. Coyle.
Callie Renee Connors.
Francesca Noel Crawford Hankey.
Jacob Paul Costello.
Krista Lee Daly.
Claire McCain Cragen.
Rachel Ariana Darling.
Nicholas Drew Daniel.
Connor Trenton Dainert.
Nicole Christine Dahl.
Leonie Danu.
Alexander Sergey Demers.
Amber Marie Deal.
Lauren Marie Davini.
Mary Kay Juliette Dinier.
Madison Jean Diller.
Mark Eugene Donker.
Francesca Esperanza Dominguez.
Samuel Timothy Doty.
Keisha Monet Dort.
Joseph Dunn.
Courtney Ann Duffy.
Michaela Catherine Duvik.
Kelly Elizabeth Dunnigan.
Cole Thomas Edgel.
Austin Michael Eberhardt.
Mason Jordan Edwards.
Aaron Wall Edson.
Francis Rose Egan.
Kaylee Kathleen Egan.
Bailey Joe Enstrom.
Samaya Amim.
Autumn Mary Eisworth.
Alex Bradley Eink.
Hannah Jo Engel.
Alicia Irene Elliott.
Aaron Michael Erkenbrack.
Alexander Jonathan Engman.
Timothy Cyril Evans.
Catherine Ann Esbolt.
Michaela Michelle Falk.
Sean Michael Fadden.
Kel Michael Ferdig.
James Henry Joseph Feiner.
Megan Elise Philippek.
Mercedes Ann Ferraro.
Aaron Claire Fitzgerald.
Jordan Russell Flesland.
Caitlin Stina Flint.
Alexia Fontaine.
Kayla Nicole Foss.
Carly Lynn Franzen.
Joshua Thomas Freitag.
Alex Franklin Fuller.
Miranda Jo Fuller.
Haley Nicole Gabrielson.
Albrecht Getke.
Megan Lee Galloway.
Madison Riley Galloway.
Austin Michael Orphe Gannon.
Carlos Paul Garcia.
Logan Tate Garrett.
Abby Nicole Gebhard.
Richard V. Gerhart.
Mark Gebhardt.
Brittany Mae Giesenhoff.
Megan Ray Gibson.
Devin James Gibson.
Michael Thomas Glasgow.
Marcus Dwayne Gilmore.
Mercedes Emily Goal.
Madison Taylor Goal.
Corey Allen Granger.
Britton Abigail Granger.
Maddie Jean Greeny.
Edward Byron Green.
Spencer David Greason.
Brian Tramal Greer.
Daniel Kenneth Hall.
Jacob Matthew Gruber.
Julia Jane Hamburger.
Jason Allen Huckamicky.
Nuchi Hang.
Hannah Marie Hall.
Kaylee Lee Hare.
Aaron Matthew Hancock.
Anthony Lee Herringer.
Jacqueline Elizabeth Hanson.
Wade Daniel Harwell.
Brian James Harnish.
Maria Steve Hatsis.
John Elliott Harris.
Cameron Michaela Heckel.
Alexandra Teresa Hassel.
Taylor Sandra Heidelberg.
Braden Edward Hawkins.
Lindsay Marie Hendrickson.
Keegan James Heckman.
Chalva Joshua Herr.
Christy Lynn Henderson.
Mary Herman.
Anthony Jur Herr.
Riley James Higgins.
Yang Herr.
Lucas John Hines.
Shannon Elizabeth Herzog.
Jacob Thomas Hoffman.
Abigail Heller.
Emily Jacqueline Holman.
Alexis Tiana Hogan.
Connor Hubbs.
Matthew John Horwath.
Ryan Michael Hupert.
Madeline Jean Humphrey.
Julia Lynn Eisberner.
Dakota Scott Irwin.
Zachary Cole Jankowski.
Alexis Carice Jacobson.
Jacob Arthur Jarvis.
Duke Jantz.
Destiny Jefferson.
Tapan Josti.
Christopher Allen Jenkins.
Joanna Marilyn Jersild.
Dylan Robert Jeska.
Connor Aaron Johnson.
Shalise Lachey Johnson.
Linnea Brooke Johnson.
Joseph Gary Johnson.
Nicholas Robert Johnson.
Michael Joseph Johnson.
Sophia Ann Johnson.
Samantha Louise Johnson.
Paul Warren Jokinen.
Victoria Jean Johnson.
Kayla Beth Jones.
Jordan Taylor Jones.
Brian Wahina Kahenya.
Terrence William Jones.
Julia Lama Cassans.
Alyssa Margaret Kaiser.
Mackenzie J. Kaspazak.
Christine Laura Consans.
Samantha Marie Kaufman.
Justin Thomas Coffer.
Kayla Jordan Kendall.
Michael James Keeley.
Paige Elizabeth Kingston.
Liam Martin Crodell.
Tessa Seward Kosheri.
Drayton David Clammer.
Jaren Kopeski.
Noelle Alexandra Wynn Knutson.
Andrew James Krumelinger.
Helen Rose Cope.
Kellyanne Elizabeth Cryer.
Vladislavs Lazdans Kovacs.
Chad J. Kubicek.
Jacob Charles Kramlinger.
Victoria June Kukli.
Carly Jeanette Krings.
Jessica Hope Lacoste.
Daniel Dang Koo.
Lillian Marie Landsberger.
Brittany Ann Coons.
Nicholas William Langevin.
Michelle Elizabeth Lacasse.
Melissa Lena Langmaid.
Lindsay Amanda Lang.
Drew Calvin Larson.
Ryan Anthony Langer.
Corey Allen Larson.
Kelly Megan Lanigan.
Nicole Christine Larson.
Bethany Nicole Larson Brown.
Justy William LaRue.
Derek Thomas Larson.
Kelly Lee.
Stephen Francis Larson.
Corey Matthew Lendway.
Tyler Aaron Lieber.
Lucas Allen Leverty.
Alana Josephine Lemke.
Jessica Ann Lilly.
Carissa Aileen Levake.
Harrison Patrick Locke.
Tina Yue Lee.
Madeline Loden.
Andrew James Lockwood.
Omar David Lopez Meza.
Haley Marie Lowline.
Maya Juliet Love.
Cynthia Lore.
Rebecca Elizabeth Lundy.
Shannon Elizabeth Lucy.
Gregory Francis McKay.
Jennifer Lee Mashak.
Paige June Magnan.
Carly Jean Madden.
Jenna Marie Mankey.
Emily Diana Magnuson.
Kaylee Marie Marcotte.
Stephen Matthew Manny.
Nicholas Julian Merolt.
Jose Ramon Marmal Vargas.
Ryan Joseph Martineau.
Alexander J. Marty.
Carly Ann Matthews.
Jordan Manthe Marzitelli.
Daniel Matisse.
Heather Lynn Matthews.
Mitchell Robert Maw.
Cassandra Rose Morstead.
Jordan Michael McCarty.
Wolfgang Gustav Mayer.
Julie Ann McDonald.
Matthew Michael McCoshen.
Colton Meyer.
Maxwell Brian McLeod.
Cassidy Christine Miller.
Ilana Nerisse Meadows.
Marcus Robert Mondo.
Chloe Catherine Miller.
Samuel Christopher Montevidis.
Jeffrey Richard Molitor.
Lucas Robert Morency.
Ricardo Montanez Serta.
May Rose Morris.
Logan Deshaun Moreno.
Elijah Park Mudiking.
Billy Kennedy Morris.
Luke Michael Moltz.
Maggie Ann Mueller.
Mackenzie Evelyn Murray.
Caitlin Marie Mulvaney.
Trevor Allen Neal.
Taylor Joanne Nauman.
Peter Edward Newer III.
Emma Louise Nelson.
Lillian Tran Wynn.
Vanetta Lynn Nagaling.
Benjamin Dickman Nodelson.
Maggie Ann Nisler.
Zachary Michael O'Brien.
Cameron Christopher Notice.
Austin James Oberfrank.
Dylan Robert Novak.
Caleb Benjamin Odmark.
Abigail May O'Rourke.
Drew Thomas Olson.
Marcus Allen Oxendorf.
Jacob Gregory Olson.
Cheyenne Nicole Olson.
Jordan Teresa Olson.
Eric Anthony Olson.
Haley Lynn Orchard.
Jared Michael Olson.
Pablo Ortiz Pinel.
Benjamin Anyagala.
Alexander James Osland.
Matthew Julian Orlowski.
Bonnie Patrice Peranto.
Jasmine Marie Osborne.
William Leonard Peranto.
Sydney Michelle Palmer.
Michael Richard Pearson.
Owen Grand Parker.
Easton Daniel Perrin.
Dominic Elmo Pasqualini.
Bailey Marie Persicelli.
Jose Armando Perez Lamas.
Hunter John Peters.
Mitchell Jerome Perrin.
Tyler Mark Peterson.
Brady Scott Peterson.
Denny Pham.
Lauren Marie Peters.
Panan Pan.
Maria Joe Petrie.
Chandra May Pickett.
Matthew Suin Pham.
Brittany Ann Poto.
Michaela Ray Phelps.
Ernest Joseph Price.
Matthew Thomas Pitcher.
Samantha Joe Prouty.
Jonathan Anthony Powell.
Nicholas J. Raber.
Jacob Thomas Prokosh.
Joseph Tate Rammert.
Sierra Ann Kwan.
Selena Dale Rapp.
Austin Tyler Rademacher.
Austin Tyler Reichow Chavez.
William Isaac Rammert.
Paige Madison Reynolds.
Julia Ray.
Morgan Lee Richards.
Abigail Marie Ramirez.
Noel Ava Rivard.
Connor Stephen Rice.
Hannah Elizabeth Roth.
Aaron Lee Ristine.
Kira Robinson.
Isai Antonio Rivera.
Jonathan James Rodwell.
Jack Allen Roth.
Haley Jasmine Rosell.
Jennifer Rodriguez Cabrera.
Caitlin Susan Rudy.
Gabriela Rase Paseo.
Dominic David Ruley.
Autumn Lynn Rue.
Leticia Salis.
Emma Rose Sachs.
Carolyn Grace Sass.
Leonel Marcelo Sanchez.
Alexander Todd Schindeldecker.
Shayanan Sawasuk.
Kayla Christine Schneider.
William Walter Schlafke.
Michelle Lynn Schroeder.
Mary Elizabeth Schomer.
Morgan Kaylee Schwartz.
Nicole Renee Schuler.
Thomas Jamal Self.
Vibka Sarda.
Cassandra Jean Schaefer.
Maria Damian Serrano.
Bailey Marie Sherrick.
Garrett T. Shaw.
Devin James Samansky.
Brooke Elizabeth Sicard.
Allison Grace Sims.
Abigail Teresa Surek.
Paul Anthony Scogan.
Daniel Adam Sisterman.
Teresa Dakota Lynn Sistad.
Claire Alexandra Skogsberg.
Trina Marie Skrypek.
Austin Michael Slater.
Sydney Ray Smith.
Rachel Anastasia Soika.
Angelica Yvonne Solano.
Peter Solberg.
Tasha Lynn Sop.
Rozak Soamimo.
Shannon Stan.
Tyler Steffen.
Allie Elizabeth Stelflu.
Sarah Marie Stickney.
Terrence Lamont Halliburton.
Alexis Lynn Studler.
Sydney Suki.
Andrew Russell Summers.
Matthew T. Swanson.
Dylan James Sylvander.
Nathan James Taylor.
Madison Sidney Tegg.
James Jerome Terry.
Ashley Nicole Tessier.
Christy Tao.
Huashua Tao.
Chair Tao.
Alexander Teal.
Hannah Rose Thompson.
Bailey Kathleen Thompson.
Josh I. Thor.
Tidra Holly Thompson.
Kennedy Rosala Tan.
Jamie Ann Colleen Thury.
Kevin Benjamin Towner.
Elena Grace Townley.
Yasmin Elisa Tramble.
Peyton Christine Treader.
Mara Jennifer Trudgeon.
Erica Haley Cheddar.
Jack Michael Tyler.
Neil Philip Abingay.
Anita Ivy Opokolo.
Alex Thomas Ullman.
Joseph William Valento.
Jordan Ashley Vance.
B. Vang.
Anthony Ku Vang.
Gaunu Vang.
Chiryao Vang.
Matthew Vang.
Joshua Yiking Vang.
Mackenzie Carolyn Vanlo.
Noel Pachia Vang.
Michael Raymond Vowles.
Mindy Marie Viavatni.
Amanda Marie Wall.
Peter Keith Wackler.
Jacob Rodney Wakefield.
Jacob Robert Wallen.
Caitlin Elizabeth Walsh.
Tiffany Ann Wallace.
Alexandra Marie Ward.
Grant Courier Wan.
Kayla Marie Watt.
Lauren Elizabeth Ware.
Grace Ann Wegleitner.
Logan Axel Weber.
Austin Joseph Welsh.
Timothy James Wyke.
Kayla Serene Welly.
Alexandra Caitlin Werner.
Brendan John Whalen.
Anna Ruth White.
Jade Marie Wilsack.
Mitchell Christopher Wickman.
Benjamin Wade Williamson.
Jacob Patrick Wilder.
Ryan Michael Winslow.
Kelly Ray Wilson.
Devontae Rashad Worth.
Caden Albert Whippler.
Chelsea Jean Wogeson.
Brianne Marie Wogenson.
Andrew James Wood.
Abigail Carol Marie Wood.
Alyssa Joe Wakowitz.
Samuel Thomas Wasika.
Kazua Zhang.
Gauser Nancy Zhang.
Tang Zhang.
Mai Tong Zhang.
Kaya Yang.
Gao Momi Melanie Yang.
Marina Yaruso.
Kuseng Yang.
Aaron Derek Zarling.
Austin Alexander Young.
Callie Zelmer Castleberry.
Tony Bernard Zeller.
Colin Ray Zellner.
Kendra Zelmer Castleberry.
Samuel D. Moreno.
Catherine Margaret Zoborowski.
Sydney Lee Evangelist.
Shelby Louise Scheiben.
Michaela Shirley Evans.
Horatius David Williams.
Sean McDonald.
Alyssa Joe Adams.
Leah Christine Hines.
Destiny Ariana Barnes.
Brennan James Wonka.
Sydney Lee Nelson.
Alan Thomas Dolan.
Thomas Martin Giller. Romir Armand Aulette.
Commencement ceremonies are steeped in tradition, and as a final act of solidarity and to signify that you are now alumni of White Bear Lake Area High School, the class of 2015 should move their tassels from left to right. While this ceremony is a public celebration of your talents and accomplishments, it is also a recognition of the support and encouragement that your parents and family members have given you throughout your years of education. Your parents and our community continue to provide tremendous support to our students and our school. Graduates, please turn to the audience and thank your parents and guardians with a round of applause. The farewell address for the class of 2015 will be delivered by Harrison Hoffman. Harrison was an active member of our theater program and was a choir section leader. He was involved in Boy Scouts, where he earned the prestigious rank of Eagle Scout. He attended Lake Ayres Elementary and Sunrise Park Middle School. And he is the son of Janelle and Andrew Harrison. His next stop is Luther College to study biology. Please welcome Harrison Hoffman.
Okay, so real quick, I'd like to start like Kaylee to feel out the audience. And everybody has probably heard enough names for their entire lifetime. And my speech starts with a quote, so try to bear with me. The famous author Henry David Thoreau once said, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams and live the life you have imagined." In the context of that quote, he simplifies life to make the laws of the universe seem less complex. And that is what I want to say to you today. I could not be more proud or more honored to speak in front of this incredible class of 2015. Each and every one of us has overcome great challenges that have been presented. Making mistakes and using them as guidance proved to be more effective than simply hoping and wishing for success. We broke out of our comfort zones, created our own opportunities, all the while embracing our own individuality and the individuality of others. On this day, we are fortunate enough to celebrate. For just a moment, let's look back once more on all the incredible challenges we have overcome. Our first days of elementary school were filled with excitement. We learned the basics, had recess, and met new people. Track and field day was insane. We got ribbons for some of the greatest athletic feats to date, such as the foxtail throw. Transitioning to middle school, which felt intimidating, but for some, Mr. Littlefield, our teacher man, led the way. Mr. Wynn changed our lives with his crazy lessons, and I'm sure Central did something neat too, at least I'd hope. The circle hallways at North were the next thing we navigated. Taking part in North Idol, first experiencing a student section, and our first Pep Fest. And we find ourselves most recently passing each other in the hallways of South. Experiencing life as a senior was incredible. We got to go to prom, finish our sports seasons, and complete our last year of high school here at White Bear Lake. And I will never forget to strive for a 5, thanks to Mr. Danielson. Through the years, fear diminished as we embraced the excitement of learning and becoming the people we were meant to be. We took on the challenges set before us. Take a moment to now gaze around at your fellow classmates, some of whom have been with you since the very beginning of your education. Be proud of yourselves and each other for what you've accomplished these past 13 years. We will, as we move forward, be continually faced with new fears and new challenges, knowing that we are up to the task. This stage in our lives, this moment embodies it all. The array of possibility is now our reality. All of our experiences, our struggles, our successes have led us here. For me, this moment is most beautiful because it holds infinite possibility. From here, we can go anywhere and do anything. And that possibility ignites me, as I know with determination and an optimistic outlook, our dreams will come true. Many people will tell you life is hard, but what are they comparing it to? Success is not magical or mysterious. It is simply a consequence of hard work and determination. I hope everyone will remember that success is the key to happiness. No, excuse me. Success is not the key to happiness, so the exact opposite. Happiness is the key to success, because if you do what you love, you will be successful to the truest sense of the word. And this right here has been our largest achievement to date. So let's turn this wonderful end into an even better beginning. I challenge you to keep making mistakes, to keep working, to keep giving it 100%, because someday it will be worth it. Sometimes it's the people no one imagines anything of who do the things no one imagines. Matt Pham taking his band John and the Mayors across the globe. The quiet kids I never got a chance to talk to at lunch becoming the CEOs of the planet. Anita Okapokolo becoming the first female president, and of course, Stepan Josti becoming the world's greatest stay-at-home dad. This is our senior class, and anything is achievable. Incredible things lie in store for each and every one of us. After all, who could have pictured this day back in kindergarten? We have come so far, and I know that we can go so much further because this group is so powerful, incredible, so passionate, and so unique. So much of what I've become is from what I've learned with you, and for that, I thank you. This wonderful community of White Bear Lake has helped raise me. The school system has such a brilliant staff, and I could not possibly praise them enough. And of course, where would any of us be without the help of our parents and guardians? They have been with us since day one. Thank you, Mom and Pops, wherever you are. I have never found you. And then comes all of you. It is impossible to put into words how lucky I feel to have experienced these amazing years with you. That's what makes saying goodbye so incredibly difficult. So instead, I will not say goodbye, but instead bid you a warm farewell until we meet again. I hope you all go confidently in the direction of your dreams and live the lives you have imagined. Reach for the stars, because with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry. I'd like to congratulate all of our graduates tonight. I'd especially like to thank our student speakers, as well as our senior class advisors, Mr. Bob Hannigan and Mr. Matt Danielson, along with Mrs. Kathy Ackernecht, who oversaw the coordination of this event. After a dozen years and leading about 7,000 seniors, Mr. Bob Hannigan is stepping down as senior class advisor. I'd like to thank Mr. Bob Hannigan for his years of leading our seniors. Thank you, Bob. This concludes our commencement ceremony. Please remain seated until all graduates have left the arena. Thank you for being with us tonight.